Well, hello, and thank you for joining TargetedWest.com's workgroup conference call every Sunday on freeconferencecall.com. My name is DJ Chris, your host, and we meet every Sunday, again at 6 p.m. PST. This is show number 48. We have a show every week, and every show has been uploaded to archive.org, bitchute, and of course, if you're watching me on YouTube or bitchute, please like the video and subscribe and make a comment in the comment section. Your pros and cons, what you think about the video. I'm always open to suggestions. Constructive and good suggestions, of course. Thank you. I'm a man in the middle. I'm not political. I'm apolitical. I'm not left or right or violent or joined any groups or oaths have been made, none whatsoever. And I'm just an old man in my camper here in Lodi and with my cats. One's over there, one's over there, and one's over there. I got 3 cats in the RV. They're strays. They just came out of nowhere, and that's my side passion, is saving cats. I used to have Dalmatians for 23 years, and I just can't afford them anymore, and it's too much of a heartbreak, for sure. They always have heart issues, all the big dogs do, even no matter what type of diet you give them. So, again, it's the Sunday show. It's 2/26/2023. And I appreciate you watching me on your preferred platform. Of course, this show will continue through next year, all the way through 2024, as I am renewing my web page fees and my hosting fees and domain, and continuing on free conference calls. So welcome me into a new year on show 52, where we'll have a gigantic extravaganza year-end party to celebrate 52 shows of the work group and us working together to solve this. So here we go. Today's topic is on the Sunday show is Human 4.0. And you ask, well, DJ, what's Human 4.0? Well, Human 4.0 encompasses Industry 4.0, which is what I've called the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And human or humanity 4.0 means that you're connected biologically to a supercomputer. Your DNA is entangled with the supercomputer and the communications method in order to make you more productive on your job and to be a good robot. And that's the dream of the technocrats and World Economic Forum, as they're the ones that coined this phrase. Next week, we'll be talking about Education 4.0, which is another World Economic Forum pipe dream. So what is Human 4.0? Well, like I said, it's using a BCI to control or operate a drone remotely with your thinking, to be able to type out words on a computer. Human 4.0 will mean you'll be connected to the new 6G, which will have terabyte bandwidth capabilities to be able, like I said before, do holographic images that have a tactile feel to them. So your haptic senses will be awakened. That can wake you up. That could bring all sorts of things in. Of course, it'll be twisted around and probably used for other things, nefarious mostly. But that's what 6G is going to be, connecting the Human 4.0 together with Industry 4.0, where you have to be enhanced in order to get you that future job. And if you're not enhanced, you'll go get enhanced, and there'll be plenty of places on every corner to get that done using like the Neuralink chip, which is drilled into the back of your head, and they use about 60 very fine wires that are wired into your neurons in your brain. And then, of course, you will be connected to a box or device or your cell phone or the cloud or Starlink, and you'll have the ability to be a superstar at work. You'll get more done. You'll have a clone of yourself in Humanity 4.0 that will do work for you when you're at home relaxing with your family. Or you can relax with your family at work through some sort of hologram system. And they can enjoy you too. That way you can work longer hours with your new enhanced brain and body that is capable of not sleeping for days. So that's the future of what the World Economic Forum wants for us. Do you agree with that? Would you go along with that? Would you have your brain wired up? I wouldn't. Maybe when I was younger I may have, but I was stupid back then and not making great decisions, and probably would have gotten myself into a mess that you can't undo with that. You know, the funny thing, like I've said before, is you can use a cap with sensors and probes that can detect brain wave activity, and you could use that to control things remotely without having your brain wired up. Why they want to wire your brain up is to make you upgradable. See, with the hat, you just buy a new hat, but with all the rewiring of the brain and changing the chip out, that's more expensive, and plus you're stuck in it, and you probably won't be able to turn it off. Probably run off your body energy or your resonance. So it will never turn off, plus the chip could be accessed through the satellite Starlink or through nefarious blue satellites or black satellites up in there in space, or the low orbiting satellites, lower Earth orbiting LEOs, like Starlink or the Blackjack satellite we talked about before, which will interconnect you into Humanity 4.0, and you will be the greatest human in the world while people around you are in tents around the building and security is shooting them with plasma rays, directed energy weapons, and you'll go off in your electric car to your home and be with your family for a couple hours and then go back to work. And, you know, that's part of the new Human 4.0. Sound like a lot of fun? Well, that's the future they want for us. I don't think you're going to go along with it if you're watching me on the video or in the call right now, which is pot. There's a lot of people in the call now. So that's Human 4.0 using EDU 4.0 and the BCI for work. And then that interconnects you to the next project, and that is Web 3.0. And then you will use your BCI, which is part of your Meta glasses, and you'll be able to see the Web 3.0 using 6G, which will interconnect to your body and brain. So you'll be completely immersed with the sound, smells, feelings, haptic, and body, the nerves in your body being affected, probably not in a good way if it's being used as a weapon. And then you'll have full body control. And 6G has an article to discuss it because it is being developed right now as of my speaking. And they are in development for 6G, and it is on a website I put on my TI Book Club Twitter page, TI Club 3. Check it out right now. It's 6G article from LifeWire. And it's about the future of this technology, 6G, and like I said, it's terabyte bandwidth. So you can pretty much run in supercomputer mode through the network and communicate with other supercomputers at lightning fast speed with zero or no latency at all. So that's the wave of the future for us humans. So they're in the development stage of Web 3.0 right now, which will be probably blockchained, and you'll probably have to pay a fee for some of the access to it, since it'll be much more advanced than Web 2.0 we have now. And that brings me to the Metaverse. The Metaverse and the universe is part of the Omniverse. The Omniverse is where they want you at. combination of biological, combination of digital, and a copy of physical all together in an Omniverse. And that's where they're heading with us. That's what they want to do with us in the future or now. Some of us are already interconnected to this system of this matrix of control. So anyway, my name's DJ Chris. I'm your moderator. It's filled up. Let's see who's in the call. Wow, it's packed. Very good, very good. Okay, and now for the fun part, we're having a contest. And the first person to guess the secret word wins one free copy of my new audiobook, the Targeted Trilogy audiobook. And you'll have to email me. The first one, I'll check first thing in the morning. I won't check tonight. I'll check first thing in the morning. And if I get the answer, which I'm going to tell you in a moment what the answer is, if you can write it down correctly, spell it correctly, then you win one free copy, and I will deliver that to you via email in a digital code that you apply at audible.com, and that's how you get the free copy to listen to it. It's a promo copy code that I got with my book producing dude, Tommy Lundy. They gave us 50 promo codes, which I'll be giving some out even in the UK over the next few months. And I'm also working on a new book called The Hills Have Ears, and it's a fictional story about my dad's family up in the hills of Santa Cruz, California, and I'm writing that right now, and I've already made it to the first chapter, so we'll be on the lookout for that coming up in a few months. And that's a fictional book. The Hills Have Ears. It's a brown cover with black letters, so be on the lookout for it. So are you ready? The first person to guess the secret word and can email me at, are you ready for this? The email is djchris@targetedwest.com. That's djchris@targetedwest.com. The first person to email me with the correct answer wins one free digital copy of the book. And the word is entanglement. That's entanglement, entanglement. First person to email me with that wins a copy. Only one copy will be given out, and I'll do a screenshot of the email so it's totally transparent. Again, the magic word is entanglement. Again, that's one free copy of the Targeted Trilogy book, and we'll check that email first thing in the morning, and I appreciate your participation. We'll do another free book giveaway down in the future, so stay tuned. The next deals with the human or humanity 4.0 we discussed, and this has to do with wet and warm IOH, the Internet of Human, or the Internet, as Anthony Patch says, the Internet of Everything. So the Internet of Everything includes wet and warm computing, and that's on Wiki. A description of wet and warm computing using neurons. So they're actually interfacing wet and warm human neuron technology with the hard carbon computer technology to make one. And that is just mind-boggling that they do that. So again, that's on my TI Club 3 Twitter page. And you can click there and read the full Wikipedia description of that and blow your mind. And that all coincides with Humanity 4.0 or Human 4.0, Industry 4.0, Web 4.0, and 6G, which we discussed a moment ago. I'll go ahead and turn the page. We're on page 2. Again, it's the 26th of February, 2023. We'll be going to open mic in a moment. It's show 48. And the next one for you to look up is Operation Chaos. That's on the History Channel. I posted that on my TI Club 3 for you. I got that through Whitney Webb's book that we'll be talking about in just a moment through the book club. It's now 6:15. We'll be talking about the book club in just a moment. So thank you if you're here for the book club section. So check out Operation Chaos through the History Channel. That's one little tidbit. The next one is a group that did a video called Blue Truth. It's a documentary on Rumble. It's a video. And this was discussed in Anthony Patch's work group that I joined. And they are discussing the fact that because of the vaccines, that we ended up getting a MAC address for each one of us humans, and that our low beacon voltage Bluetooth technology on our cell phones, which operates at 1 hertz. Did you know that? That iBeacon that works is on 1 hertz? Your body's resonance and frequencies, including the Schumann resonance, is 7.82, and the resonance of your body is all in that range. So they're claiming that each one of us now who got the vaccinations have a MAC address. So we're discussing that, if that's true or not. Do you believe that, or do you not believe that? I tend to probably not believe that, but then again, this seems to me it would be a smart shot type of nanotechnology situation in order to bring the mark of the beast and the New World Order in for the total one world and one religion control of the world, as the World Economic Forum wants. And by the way, if you are trying to prevent your cell phone from having the iBeacon on, in iPhone, I believe you can turn it off, but in Android, even if you turn the iBeacon off, even with the cell phone off, the iBeacon hardware that's installed in buildings and different locations can still pick up your cell phone, believe it or not, even if you take the battery out. So there's really nothing you can do. The only thing to do is just don't bring your cell phone with you and carry a crappy prepaid one like I do. I just drive around in the truck with the QVC cell phone I buy every year. And they're on sale, and I just get a new one every year and change the number and use that to get directions on the computer and such. And I just leave my phone at home. I don't want people tracking me. And I don't want to go to a shopping mall or to like the cannabis club and the cell phones popping, doing advertisements. I don't want that on there. But that iBeacon is terrible, and that's all part of Bluetooth. And you can buy these Bluetooth iBeacon hardware devices that broadcast your advertisements for your business for like $50. So can you imagine if you were able to lean everyone's iBeacon from their Bluetooth on their cell phones from everywhere and be able to put that in a database? You don't think they don't do that? You damn well know they do. TI Book Club time, and it's 20 after. Part 2, One Nation Under Blackmail by Whitney Webb, and she discusses Watergate and how that was all fudged up, and they had CIA operatives working within the plumbers, and discusses Richard Nixon and Kissinger and starting relations with China. They were the original aces that put that together. Kissinger, part of the Eastern establishment, wanted to bring in the Chinese into our fold. And you can blame Henry Kissinger, who for some damn reason is still alive, and he is the mentor of Charles Klaus of the World Economic Forum. Did you know that? And then people like the president of Canada, whatever his name is, he's part of the young people of the future for the World Economic Forum. You've got Zelensky, you've got Putin, you've got all sorts of people that are the lady that ran Merkel. Merkel was a little too old, so they changed the age to include her. It's funny how the tentacles of the past come into the future and affect us now. It's amazing that Henry Kissinger is still alive and manipulating the world as he did with China. So some interesting parts about this book were the fact that a lot of the interactions were with mafia and organized crime in New York and Chicago, and that they were working hand in hand with the FBI. Of course, Roy Cohn was having parties in the Blue Room at the Plaza Hotel, and Mary Hoover, which is better known as J. Edgar Hoover, would change into drag and show up at the parties. And then the book talks about blackmailing. There's a lot of blackmailing that goes on in the government. A lot of people that get to the top have things done to them so they can be manipulated. People you wouldn't even believe are puppets for the power players of the world. And of course, the book whittles down into connections with the Rockefeller family. In many cases, Kissinger is a boy product of the Rockefeller faction and is their speaker, their voice box. Anyway, thank you for joining. It's now 6:23. TI Book Club. Again, that book is One Nation Under Blackmail with Whitney Webb. And I'm on page 300, and I'll be reading more and updating at the book club. And if you want to join the book club, you go to bookclubs.com/TI Book Club /join/ and you can join the book club and find out about our book written by Stanley Milgram about the Milgram experiment. Do you want to read the whole book and find out the whole facts about it? Well, I have it in the book club. We have Whitney Webb's book. We have books by Dr. Duncan, Dr. Hall. We have everything that you could imagine in regards to targeting. Every book that's a targeted individual has written is in the club. Any book about targeting is in the club. Books that pertain outside of the normal wheelhouse of our targeting is included. And therefore, join, and you'll get to be a part of the book club where we have 24 people now. Almost 24 people. Next is Laura Ann. Laura Ann has an after call. Laura Ann will be in the call. Oh, Frank Allen was just here. I was just going to say hi to Frank. I think he went to the second page, but Frank Allen's here. We got a full house. And thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it. Laura Ann has an after call that is voice to heart. That's the ID voice to heart. And you can check her out right after my call. And I'll probably pop in real quick. And then last but not least, before we go to open mic, I will let you know that we're going to be interviewing Shiloh Taylor, and she's going to be interviewed by me on March 5th next week, first top of the hour. She has a website called ShilohTaylor.com. She is let me turn the page, former congressional staffer, entrepreneur, and no filter. So that she'll be on next week. And we'll switch now to open mic. Okay, it's open mic. Free to talk amongst yourselves. Just hit *6, and I'm going to take a little quick break. You're listening to TargetedWest.com. This is DJ Chris. It's open mic. It's a 26. Hello.
Hi, DJ Chris. It's Steve in New Orleans. I just wanted to say hi.
And hello, Steve in New Orleans. Welcome in.
Okay. Hey, what's up?
So we have Shiloh Taylor next week, and that's going to be interesting. She's got her own opinions about things, and she's completely unfiltered. Again, Laura Ann's having a call afterwards. You can find her call, Samia's call, Derek's, Frank's, James, all the people, me, Laura, on tievents.org, and you'll find every call for that day, and you can even toggle between two if you want. I know I used to do that when there's more than one call, because I think there should be more than one call every night, and competition is healthy. That's just the way it works. And hey, you know, more voices, more solutions. So more power to it. And if anyone wants to start a conference call of their own, please let me know, and I can give you free advice on how to do it. So more power to you. Next week, we'll be talking about new street drugs. Besides the interview, there's a drug called Trank, which is xylazine, which is an animal tranquilizer. So everybody's doing Trank, which started on Kensington Avenue in Pennsylvania, and it's spreading out of New York and San Francisco and LA, and people are in zombie mode. So if you see zombies on the side of the road, most likely they're doing Trank. There's a new meth that's synthetic called P2P meth, and there's a new drug called ISO. So if you're wondering why people are all messed up, that's probably it. And we'll be talking about Education 4.0 through the eyes of World Economic Forum. The 6G technology they're talking about wants to use your body's resonance to amplify, even if you're wearing a bracelet, they want you to wear a bracelet to amplify the 6G signal in your home. Do you think that's something safe to do? They're already working on 6G as we speak. Some say 6G's already out, and Tony Pascaladero says that he's got a shielding solution for 6G. So do you think they're using 6G on the telepathy part and the direct energy weapon part? What do you think? Yeah, that's a possibility for sure. Laura, did you have anything to say? Are you there, Laura? She'll come in when she's got a moment. So,
I'm here. How are you? Can you hear me?
whoa, I hear you loud and clear now.
Do you really? That's crazy. Cool. I'm up here in the mountains enjoying life. And I'm talking on my internet that I just learned how to do. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
You are coming in like
so I'm
gangbusters.
glad you can hear me loud and clear.
Oh, wow. Totally
That's
night and day.
rock. Okay, well, got my new mic. I'm rocking and rolling now. I'm making tea. I'll be back.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, because we were talking over each other when we talk, and when we're on the phone, we don't do that. So I knew it's a tech. Okay, hurry back. Well, Laura's got her new mic going. That's pretty good. And Steve, I got your email today about how to shade yourself, protect yourself from AI cameras and the visual identity software. So that was a good one. Thank you for that. Let's see what's going on in the chat room. We got Whitey. Whitey's here. Got a good crowd. Everybody's here in the work group. That's a good thing. Let's see if I can read something to you. Julie, I'll read it on there. One under anyway. See where I left off at. Near the rain? Near. Oh. I just bought a book too called by Maxwell Black, The Screen Conspiracy, which I'll read next. But let's see where we left off. Such was the reality of the Reagan administration. Despite the outward appearance of strength and unity, the internal dynamics were characterized by rivalry, factionalism, double dealing, and on occasions moments of fragile cooperation. That was a heady environment that incubated the Iran-Contra affair, which they go on and on. She goes on and on about, which involves cocaine for missiles and stuff. And the reason why they did that was so they can bypass and circumvent Congress, because they weren't approving any of these CIA events, that they wanted these CIA projects. Next page, Oliver North, the second primary partner in orchestrating many of the Byzantine plots that characterize the Contra support efforts, appeared to have been operated on behalf of Casey, William Casey, that is, who had been blocked from overly supporting the Nicaraguan rebels by Congress, as I said. For example, Casey directly intervened to keep North in the National Security Council when he was supposed to be rotated back to regular Marine duties. The close proximity of North to Casey adds credence to the allegations made by Seymour Hersh that Bush's own intelligence operations had leaked details to the press concerning North and Secord's arms sales to Iran. Did you know Bush has his own intelligence agency? Because after Jimmy Carter turned him down to go back to the CIA, he decided to start his own intel agency. So the Bush family has their own intel agency, in case you didn't know that, which is probably why I got harassed, because I was anti-war for the Iraq War. I thought it was stupid to go to Iraq, And I was very vocal on Yahoo Chat, and I probably got picked up by the Bush intelligence agency. So Shackley himself was called to testify in the wake of the revelations of the scandal. He never found to be connected with the affair, although subsequent statements by investigators suggest that behind closed doors there was doubt as to his professed innocence. The facts that he shared during his testimony were, however, quite revealing. In the course of his work for John Doyce, Shackley deployed the services of former Savak agent named Novzar Razmara as a source of information on the Middle East and the geopolitical situation surrounding the Iran-Iraq war. Through Razmara, Shackley was plugged into a network of former Iranian intelligence officers who maintained some contact with the country's post-revolution government. So there we are, getting involved in all sorts of countries. So it goes on and on. That's chapter 7. That's what we're reading right now in the TI Book Club. And open mic, come on in.
Okay, well, I don't have any comments on your topics because I'm sitting here in the Rocky Mountains enjoying a tea, and yeah, I just want to say hello since nobody else is talking. I thought I would.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I know it's a conference chat, not a...
Yeah, I can't believe no one has anything to say about any of those topics. Go back to the one that you were talking about, the interface with the body or something. What was that about that you said?
BCI and Human 4.0, yeah.
Ew. See, I don't have anything to say on Neuralink. Yeah, ew. I'm not on board with that. I think that's something that's already going on, though.
Yeah, well, they can do all of the above that Neuralink wants to do remotely without any wiring of the brain as they do with me and the B2K and the crazy dreams every night as everyone else gets. So, yeah, they already have a remote version.
Ew. And we're seeing that just every day on the street with the way people are acting and the way people are handling things. And
yeah, between directed energy weapons and targeting, you got all these crazy new drugs coming into the market, and you don't know who's behind that either.
And I worry about anything I put in my body. So yeah, it's that's a scary situation. And all these new drugs you're talking about. Oh my goodness. That's all we need. We already have people being robots and acting fool.
I know, it's wild.
Your teeth look great. Your teeth look great. I was looking at your teeth. Start of this. I've never been able to see the screen before because I'm doing this online. Now I can see the screen. They look wonderful. They look fabulous.
Thank you. Yeah, that's me. Oh, yeah, I got real teeth. Yeah, I had to, hey, there's Steve. I had to get dentures a while ago because my teeth were too rotted out. I'm mostly Welsh, like Frank Allen, and my teeth fell out. And from the meds that I take and from the radiation from the targeting.
Yeah. We were talking about this, me and Frank, too, just about how they target the root. And so you can't really, you don't have a cavity, you don't have a warning or anything, and they do, they fry the root and then they fall out. It's just a pain in the ass. I've been dealing with it my whole life, so I get it.
You like to do it to the front teeth mostly to make you look like, you are homeless.
Yes, that is very true. I've decided I trust all without teeth.
Right. Yeah. Don't judge people by their dentistry.
Chris, do you have any Jim Jordan news at all of what's taking place?
I don't. I don't know of any news from that.
I think that hopefully it's on C-SPAN. I need to look into it.
There hasn't been anything new on C-SPAN, but it's supposed to be a 2-year investigation, so
Lord.
we will all be watching.
Yeah.
If you're watching on video, you're watching the 48th show of TargetedWest.com work group conference call, and I appreciate your attendance if you're watching me on YouTube, bitchute, or archive.org. Thank you.
We gotta keep trying to get our foot in the door.
Oh, I see Seth's in the house. Yay. Setza sent me a video about people collapsing and looking up at the sky and all of a sudden collapsing, their legs go up in the air and they die. So that was really profound about directed energy weapons. So again, we're going to have Shiloh Taylor. She is a former congressional staffer, entrepreneur, and pro-cannabis, and she'll be on with me as an interview next week, the 5th of March, on our next Sunday show. That'll be show number 49. Oh, Laura, I posted something today about what we talked about on the phone about someone's sexuality being an issue in the targeted community, and we agreed it was sabotage, and I agree, and I posted it, and a lot of people agreed with me, especially since Alan Turing is the inventor of the modern computer. So if they're going to hate on the computer, they better go back to stone and chisel so they can be correct, because a gay man invented the modern computer, and Alan Turing also ended World War II by figuring out the Enigma code that the Germans were using a box that was yay big, and it used special codes, and he figured it out. So he ended World War II. And then, of course, some people think he committed suicide, but some others think he had cyanide on his hands when he ate his apple. Of course, he was ostracized and made to take castration medications because someone that stayed at his house stole stuff, and he called the police, and they realized it was a homosexual affair, and in England they castrated you for that. So when people trip out about sexuality, then I think they have a problem, because I'm not the only person that has a different lifestyle. There's other moderators besides me that are all doing their own thing. Especially Derek's gay also. I can't quite figure it out, but it's bizarre. But that's okay, because I got a big crowd that comes here, and everybody likes me, so it's all good. And God loves me, and God made me, and that's all that matters, right?
Right. Chris, I think that your sexuality shouldn't be an issue, especially, it's just like with the targeting, sexuality is not the issue. Like, it's not a Democratic, and it's not a Republican issue, and it's not I wish we could get past all that ridiculousness. because that is just silly. Silly. We got bigger things going on. Bigger things happening. Bigger fish to fry. However you want to say it. But, you know, people need to put aside all their little, whatever that is. I don't know, their hang-ups. I don't know what that is. For sure.
Yeah,
onward,
God,
upward.
God loves everybody according to the Bible that I read. And only God judges.
Yes, Setsa says, yes, Laura, we need to move on beyond sex. I agree. I think he might be being a little sarcastic. I want proof of life, Sets. Proof of life.
Yes, we need proof of life immediately. Aisle 4.
It's been a while. Proof of life, Sets.
We need to hear your voice.
Proof of life, Sets.
Oh, so I have to add your person in your room to my attendance. So how many people you got over there, Laura?
Okay, so yeah, I just got the one. Just me and Rachel up here in the mountains. I told her not to do that. Background.
No, I want to know so I can add her to the total at the end of the night. Yeah. Okay, that's good news.
Tonight.
Hello, Rachel.
Yeah, she's here tonight. We're in the mountains celebrating life. It has been such an awesome day. Yeah, the Rocky Mountains, if anybody's ever spent time up here, it's amazing. Definitely do it if you haven't seen our mountains. Come see them. They're amazing. I could go on and on, but I won't.
I went to Colorado once. I enjoyed it very much.
Something about the mountains reminds me how little and insignificant I am. Just how majestic everything is. There's a lot of things the mountains do, but I've always felt better and at home in the mountains. So that's what we did today. I'm up here to get away from the crazy city.
And then now you feel better.
I do feel better. It's a beautiful drive. I do feel better. I learned how to talk because we don't have cell service up here, but we do have internet. So figured out how to do that. I said, oh my gosh, if Chris can do this in this camper, I can do it from a cabin. And yes, I can.
And yes, you did.
And yes, I did. Yes, I am. It's amazing.
I cannot begin to tell you the difference in audio you have. It's like it's total. We're not cutting each other off anymore. I can hear you.
It's so cool. Thank you for the tips. Thank you. Actually, thank you. Thank Frank. Thank everybody that's helped me along the way because I am electronically kind of backwards with all this. And Chris has walked me through it every step of the way, and I know I've just been a pain in the ass, but I appreciate all of you. I appreciate Trinity putting putting together the website and just, yeah. Everybody's been so helpful. I appreciate it because I'm not tech savvy.
And Derek put you in the newsletter so your show's advertised on there too, so you'll get a crowd from Derek from his newsletter. He put it on a second time.
Wow, cool. Cool. Thank you to Derek. Thank you to everybody. I appreciate that.
Well, you have been in the community for a while, and, you should be shining so that we have a beacon to listen to and come call into when we need to talk to somebody at night late.
Totally. A beacon, I don't know, but a beacon. Appreciate that, Chris. I appreciate you. Thank you, a beacon. But there's some big things happening in our community. There's some big changes. I see some people that when I met James, I don't know, I kind of thought he sounded a little bit scared. Look what he's doing now. He's doing calls, and he's amazing. He's just amazing. Janie from New York, she just the first time I talked to her, she was just scared to death. And look what she's doing now. She does a call, and she's done some amazing things. I mean, there's some people in our community that have just flourished the last couple of years, even under the extreme circumstances. So, yeah, I seen it happening all over the place.
So you feel it's going to be the year for us, and we're going to end this, I hope.
I feel it's going to be our year. I didn't want to say it out loud, but I feel this is our year. I see things happening. And frankly, I mean, there's more than 14% of the world knows about this now. So I believe it will happen naturally. No matter what you do, the truth is out. Enough people know about it that you can't stop it. You can't stop, stop it from stopping. Yeah. You can't stop the truth out there.
Amen.
And when it becomes a table, what do they call that? Table conversation? I don't know what they call that in politics.
Kitchen table talk.
Whatever. I can't believe I picked that up. I think our responsibility.
Kitchen table talk. I say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that off of someone, and I'm sure politics, but or off TV. But when it becomes that, I think our responsibility is going to be probably to chill people out about it. I mean, you remember when you first found out and you were running around the city? I know I was running around the city trying to get away from it. I think that we're going to have to chill them out. I mean, I think our responsibility will be to calm people down, maybe. I see that being my next little endeavor. People that are freaking out about it now, and I was freaking out about it 3 years ago, be like, well, yeah, but this and this and this is happening, and I can tell them how to maneuver this, and at least they won't be in the dark going blind.
All I had was Eleanor White and Cheryl Welsh in 2002, 3, and 4 to email, and they helped me with their websites.
Wow, back in the day, huh? Because there was nothing back then. There was nothing.
Zilch.
Yeah, you couldn't find nothing. Yeah. Wow. There was no calls. There was no support. There was, back in the day, Eleanor White. That was about it. Good heavens. See, I wasn't even online until 2012, maybe, so that tells you something. I was alone for a long time.
I agree. Can you see me on the mic? Can you see me right now, Laura?
Yes, I can. Can you see me?
Yeah, look, here's the microphone I use.
I know. I have the same one.
Is that what you're plugged into right now?
I got the exact same one, bud. That's why you can hear me so good. Hello.
Oh, hello. That's great.
Exact same one.
I lost my video. Hold on a second here.
I ordered the exact same as what you recommended. It was not hard. I just plugged it. So I'm deaf.
If you want to, you can add the Logitech G Hub software, and you can fiddle around and make it sound even better. It's amazing what you can do, and it gets rid of the background noise and it pumps your voice up. I'll teach you about that later. But for now, you got it working.
Cool. Yes, I do.
Yeah, the G Hub lets you filter your voice and pump it up and get rid of background noises, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Fitz, you don't see me, but when I hear you, you'll see me. How about that? I want proof of life.
I'm currently grooming Laura, and she's having a total makeover. No, I'm kidding. Setsa. No, she's ready for camera. Trust me. Yeah, I'm secretly taking over. You haven't figured that out? I'm joking. I'm just glad that Laura has a call after mine, and so we can keep the energy going on a Sunday. Not everybody sleeps at night. We got 4 minutes left of the hour. If you want to chime in for the last 4 minutes and say something that'll go on to archive.org, you're more than welcome. Or not. Show number 49 next Sunday, the 5th of March. We will feature Shiloh Taylor. We'll be interviewing her. She's a former congressional staffer, entrepreneur, no filter, and she has a website, shilohtaylor.com. So check her out, and she'll be here next week. So if you're watching on YouTube or BitChute or archive.org, be sure to tune in for that interview. That'll be next week. This is DJ Chris. I appreciate your time and effort. We're going to have a one-year extravaganza show on the 52nd show coming up. So be tuned in for that, and we'll see how that goes. Ow. Just kicked my foot. And of course, after my call tonight is Laura, and Laura will be on Voice to Heart. Voice number 2 Heart is the ID. And if you need her phone number to access it in the code, please ask Laura while she's here, and she'll get that for you. I don't have it handy. And I have my trusty cannabis, which, according to Kathy O'Brien in her book Transformation, that Dick Cheney says the marijuana stops mind control, and I believe it does, and it really does help me sleep. So some people would probably think that's not good, but it's good, trust me. And I think it's Cali Gold that I'm smoking right now, and this is just a little vaporizer. You see this? Charge it up on your battery, on your wall plug, and you're good to go. Anyway, one more minute, and of course that's part of the mukbang, is the eating, the drinking, the Pepsi, and the cannabis use. But you know that if you read my profile. Thank you for watching me on YouTube. And if you can, please like, subscribe, and add a comment to YouTube or BitChute, please. And if you're on archive.org, you can take my video and break it apart and use it in your own video. If you want to use any part, you're more than welcome and have permission. You can get the torrent off of archive and be able to break it apart, or get the full video in MP4, and you're good to go on that. And of course, this is DJ Chris, and my name is known in the community. I'm a DJ, but it's a mononym, Chris. You don't want to give all your name out. So it's DJ Chris, and that's who I am. And I appreciate you watching the video. And we're going to go ahead and end the recording now. Thank you for watching.